Listen up. You out there, yeah you, scrolling through Instagram at 11 p.m., watching some guy in a rented Lamborghini tell you that you too can make $10,000 a month doing absolutely nothing. Passive income, they said. Easy money, they said. Just buy this course for $997 and you'll be sipping cocktails on a beach while the money rains down from the sky. Listen, I've seen some things in my time, but nothing, I say again, nothing has caused more financial casualties than those two words right there. Passive income. Today, we are going to do something your favorite Instagram guru would never dare do. We're going to tell you the truth. Fall in, because class is now in session. Now, before I smoke you for believing everything you see online, let me be fair. Passive income as a concept is not a lie. The idea that money can work for you instead of you working for it, that's real. That's the whole mission objective of building wealth. But here's where the enemy gets you. The word passive has been hijacked, weaponized, turned into a marketing tool to sell you dreams while emptying your wallet. You know what real passive income looks like at the beginning. It looks like a second job. It looks like late nights, early mornings, failed attempts, and money going out before a single dollar comes back in. The gurus selling you passive income, their actual passive income, is selling you the idea of passive income. You are the business model. Let that sink in. Every dollar you spent on a passive income course that collected dust on your laptop, that was someone else's passive income, not yours. So what actually works? Glad you asked, because we're about to go through the real field manual, and I promise you, it's not as glamorous as the Instagram ads, but it actually works. There are 3 pillars that actually build wealth. I call them the 3 combat multipliers. Write this down. Number 1, active income that you aggressively grow. Number 2, assets that appreciate over time. Number 3, cash flow that you build, not buy. Now let's break these down, because I will not leave a grasshopper behind on the battlefield. Pillar 1. Active income. I know. You didn't click on this video to hear, go make more money at your job. But hear me out before you go AWOL on me. Your active income, your salary, your freelance work, your business, is your base of operations. It is your supply line. And if your supply line is weak, your entire campaign collapses. The mission in year 1, 2, even 3 is not to escape your income. It's to maximize it. Negotiate that raise. Learn a high-income skill. Start a side hustle that actually pays you real money for real work. Unsexy? Yes. Effective? Absolutely. You cannot invest what you don't have, Caterpillar. A general with no army is just a guy with a fancy hat. Pillar 2, appreciating assets. Now we're getting somewhere. An appreciating asset is something that grows in value over time. Real estate, index funds, a business. These are the long game, the strategic positions you hold while time does the heavy lifting. The biggest mistake people make here? They wait. They say, I'll invest when I have more money, or I'll start when the market is better. That is the equivalent of waiting for perfect weather before you deploy. There is no perfect weather. You move with what you have, when you have it. A $200 monthly investment into an S&P 500 index fund at 25 years old could be over $500,000 by retirement. That's not a trick. That's compound interest, the most powerful weapon in your financial arsenal, doing its job, but it only works if you actually pull the trigger. Killer 3, cash flow you build. Here's the one that actually resembles what the gurus call passive income. But notice I said build, not buy. Cash flow is income that comes in regularly from something you've already created or acquired. Rental income from a property you own, dividends from stocks you've accumulated, revenue from a business or content you built over time. The key word is over time. This is not a microwave. This is a slow cooker. You don't put the ingredients in and pull it out 2 minutes later, wondering why your chicken is still raw. Real cash flow takes months, sometimes years to build. But once it's built, once that rental property is cash flowing, once those dividends are hitting your account, once that YouTube channel is monetized, then, grasshopper, you've earned the right to sip that drink on the beach. Now I need to warn you about the enemy combatants in this space, the traps that will blow up your entire financial operation before it ever gets off the ground. Trap number 1, the shiny object ambush, drop shipping this month, NFTs the next, AI side hustles, vending machines, crypto arbitrage. Every 6 months there's a new passive income strategy that everyone and their grandmother is suddenly an expert in. And by the time you hear about it, the people who actually made money off it are already cashing out while you're just buying in. This is called getting caught in the shiny object ambush, and the only defense is discipline. Pick a lane, work the lane, trust the process. Trap number 2, over-leveraging too early. I see this all the time. Someone reads one real estate investing book, watches 12 YouTube videos, and decides they're ready to buy 3 rental properties with no reserves and maximum debt. Then one tenant stops paying. One furnace breaks down. One vacancy stretches 2 months longer than expected, and the whole operation collapses. Real estate is one of the best wealth-building vehicles out there. I'll die on that hill. But you have to deploy capital the same way a good general deploys troops, strategically, with reserves, with a contingency plan. Don't be the soldier who sprints into the open field with no cover. That's not bravery. That's a doggone casualty waiting to happen. Trap number 3. Confusing busy work with building. Here's a painful one. Some of you out there are very busy. You've got a podcast with 11 listeners. A Shopify store that made $47 last quarter. 4 different investment accounts each with $200 spread across platforms you haven't opened since you signed up. You feel like you're building. You've got the apps. You've got the accounts. You've listened to every episode of every finance podcast. But you're not moving forward. You're running in place with a lot of gear on. Wealth building requires consolidation and focus, not a spray and pray approach. Pick your primary wealth vehicle. Pour your attention into it. Then, and only then, add the next one. All right, grasshopper, enough about what doesn't work. Let me brief you on the actual battle plan. Phase 1. Fortify your base. Get your finances in basic order. I'm not talking about color-coded spreadsheets and 14 app budgeting systems. I mean the basics. Know what's coming in. Know what's going out. Cut the bleeding. Build a 3-month emergency fund. This is your foxhole. You need it before you go anywhere. Phase 2. Build the war chest. Increase your income. I don't care how. Ask for a raise. Pick up a skill. Freelance on weekends. Every extra dollar you generate in this phase is ammunition for Phase 3. Simultaneously, start your investment contributions, even small ones. $50 a month into an index fund. Get the habit. Build the muscle. Phase 3. Deploy capital. Now you start making real moves. This is where you buy the rental property. This is where you max out your Roth IRA. This is where you start building that side business with actual potential. But you only get here by surviving Phases 1 and 2. Most people try to skip straight to Phase 3 and wonder why they keep ending up back at 0. The mission doesn't start at the exciting part. The mission starts with preparation. Phase 4. Compound and hold. This is the part nobody wants to talk about because it's not exciting. You hold, you stay the course, you reinvest. You don't panic sell when the market drops. You don't cash out your rental equity to buy a boat. You let time be your most powerful weapon. The wealthy aren't wealthy because they found a secret. They're wealthy because they were patient when everyone else was panicking, and they stayed in the game long enough for compounding to do its work. So let me leave you with this, fresh boot. The version they're selling you, the overnight, no effort, the buy this course version. That is a smokescreen. And while you're chasing that smokescreen, your real wealth-building window is closing. The real path is boring. It's disciplined. It's slow at the start and fast at the end. It requires you to show up even when you don't feel like it. That sound familiar? It should, because that's how every worthwhile thing in life works. Now, you've got your orders. Fall out. What phase are you in? Drop it in the comments. And make sure to subscribe for more of Sergeant's Money Secrets. That's an order.